Hi, it's Stephen Pam for ADM at Milsys 2025 Canberra, and I'm with David Goodrich, who's the Executive Chairman and CEO of Anduril Australia and Asia Pacific. David, Anduril's in the news at the moment, obviously because of standing up full-scale production of Ghost Shark, but here at Milsys, the emphasis obviously is on information systems, which Anduril is very, very active in.
We are. It's great to be here with you, Stephen. The announcement of the Ghost Shark program in the last month or so has been a very exciting time for Anduril in Australia. But we do much, much more than undersea vehicles, and we're here today at Milsys to talk about our connected warfare suite of capabilities, and specifically our Eagle Eye capability and our Menace family of systems that's right behind us here.
Okay, now these are tightly integrated. Anduril is all about integration of systems, both hardware, software, stuff that you do in-house, and also integration with third-party systems, right?
Exactly, and that is the future, sadly, of warfare today. The battles that are being fought in Europe and the Middle East are more and more focusing on autonomous systems, and in order for those autonomous systems to work, there needs to be a closely coupled and integrated ecosystem of sensors with effectors and command and control systems. And Anduril has been doing this for all of its 8 years of history, where we have our open architecture operating system, which is called Lattice, which is at the very core of everything we do. And Lattice essentially fuses a literally unlimited amount of data and sensors together to provide the operators with a single worldview.
And this approach with Lattice at the heart of it is a little bit different to the way that some of the, if you like, legacy primes approach their systems, isn't it?
It is, and we have always been a software-first, hardware-enabled company. That's why Lattice is our product, and Lattice is our system. We're on the stand here today, and there are lots and lots of people who are around us having a look at our capabilities. But more and more, what we are focused on is to ensure that the warfighters have all of the information and all of the data that they need on a real-time basis to be able to make the very best decisions they can and keep the human beings out of harm's way.
Okay, well that segues nicely into one of the things that you've got on display here, which is the Eagle Eye. Tell us what that is and how that helps to keep frontline personnel out of harm's way.
Stephen, I think Eagle Eye is one of the most exciting capabilities that Anduril is developing at this time. I'm already thinking of my colleagues complaining about me saying that, because there are so many things that we're doing at this time. But what Eagle Eye is doing is it is really revolutionizing the experience that the individual soldier will have in the battle space. If we look back historically, what we've seen is that the average infantry person has a radio on their back, GPS in their pocket, a laptop or a screen in their hands, and some night vision goggles. None of those systems talk to each other at this current point in time, and all of them have their own power system, their own battery, their own operating procedures, and their own manuals. Eagle Eye takes all of those systems and reimagines them from the soldier's perspective, making it a lot more lightweight, a lot more intuitive, and fully integrated. So the soldier can see the entire battle space using all of the sensory data, whether it's from a drone in the sky, a satellite, or one of his fellow soldiers around him, to make better and more informed and safer decisions as they move forward through the hostile environment.
Okay, so the frontline personnel are going to love it. Why are the commanders also going to love it?
They're going to love it because they are able to get a lot more bang for their buck in terms of coordination. They can use Eagle Eye to do battle planning. It creates a sand table amongst all of the soldiers, and every single soldier has either their glasses or their complete vision shield, seeing exactly the same data, exactly the same field of operations. So they're a lot more closely coupled, and they can move through finding the adversaries before the adversaries even know that they are there. So it's really going to change the game from a planning perspective as well as an on-the-ground operator perspective.
So in that sense, it's also a force multiplier because it's increasing the capability of the individual frontline operators.
Exactly. And what it's also doing is it's keeping the individual soldier a lot safer, because the AI, when the soldier is under attack, will make a suggestion as what the safest route is to avoid being harmed. And that is just simply information that is not in the hands of the current soldiers today.
Off camera, you were describing to me in a lot of detail some of the capabilities of Eagle Eye. In the interest of time, we won't go into all of it, but can you give a bit of a description of some of the systems that it incorporates and what they're like?
I'd love to, and would take a lot longer than we have today, but just very, very tops of the waves. Effectively what it has is it has a very lightweight ballistic helmet which protects not only the soldier from hearing loss, also brain injury, but also bullets, so it's ballistically protected. But more important, more exciting, and separate to that are the displays. They're either in the form of lightweight glasses for daytime activities, or they are in the form of a full face shield and screen for nighttime activities, which is such a step change from today's night vision goggles, which are like looking through drinking straws. The soldier using the Eagle Eye capability will have a 200 degree wide and a 100 degree high screen upon which all of the data, all of the information from drones, from satellites is projected, and they are able to make decisions about what effectors that they put on what adversary in the swipe of a hand without taking their eyes off the battle space for just 1 minute. On top of that, the helmet itself also has detectors which can tell where the bullets are coming from and help the soldier point his rifle in exactly the right direction. That is an incredible step forward in terms of the randomness which is currently being experienced by soldiers when they're under such massive pressure.
Okay, and behind us you've got a Polaris which is kitted out with some interesting equipment as well, which is also part of the same story, because obviously going back to integration as that keyword. So what's going on behind us with that?
What we have on display here is a very exciting part of our Anduril family of systems, which is called our Menace X. The Menace family of systems has many form factors, but the X that we have behind us is the C4 capability, which is fitted to a Polaris all-terrain vehicle. Effectively, what you need in the modern battle space is to push your compute as far forward towards the battlefront as possible, and this contrasts to the traditional method of the hub and the spoke model. That hub and the spoke model is so likely to be disrupted today because of the jamming and the blocking capabilities that adversaries have. Whereas the Menace vehicle behind us has conventional satellite connections, it has Starlink connections, it has RF connections, and importantly, it has AI in it, which is operating continuously to determine what is the best and most available connection and communications pathway to get exactly the right bit of information to exactly the right place. That's something which is going to be a game changer for Australia in the littoral zone, where it's going to have a lot of its focus going forward.
Okay, so that hub and spoke model that you mentioned, obviously it presents a large vulnerability. It also presents a large obvious target for adversaries.
Indeed.
Whereas here, as you say, you're pushing that compute capability out to the edge, and then all of these systems again are talking to each other. So an operator that's wearing the Eagle Eye is going to be exchanging information in real time.
Totally.
So
every soldier is a sensor. Every sensor is communicating with every other sensor, and the Menace X is going to be pushing information that it has gathered from all of its sensors to, say, its fires network to put a fire in exactly the right location. The other really important factor about the Menace X is it's mobile. So it's very, very difficult to be targeted by the adversary, and that is a huge advantage for customers using Menace.
Presumably also you have that redundancy built in that if one of these units is taken out and is not available, they're all all meshed together.
Absolutely.
And they will pick up the capability.
And when one part of the mesh is disrupted and is not able to receive all of the data of all of the other sensors, as soon as it reconnects back into the mesh, it updates automatically using AI, so automatically up kind of revs itself, so it is back in the game again and back able to communicate the latest data to exactly the right places.
Right. And now Menace has 3 different tiers, is that right?
There are a number of form factors of Menace.
Okay.
This is the mobile version. We have a containerized version, which is used to be a little further behind the battlefront and also on the side of airfields for, say, F-35 coordination, but mobile. Comes out of the back of an aircraft and is up and going in 9 minutes.
Right.
Previously, it took days and sometimes weeks to set up tents with all kinds of Pelican cases. The Menace I rolls out the back of a C-130 and 9 minutes later has its own power, own comms, boom, off you're ready to go. We've got desktop units and we don't have to put this capability in a Polaris. It can go into a Bushmaster, it can go into any vehicle, it can go into any place at all. And that's the flexibility of this capability.
Below that you have a person portable module as well.
We do, and it looks more like a radio. So Menace can actually be carried by an individual soldier. And so all of these things are designed to be incorporated for the warfighter's needs, and the warfighter's needs are going to change depending upon where they are fighting, who they are fighting, and what threat they are under. It's all about using commercial grade technology that is uplifted into a national security environment to be able to produce these things at scale and volume and at a price point which is affordable as well.
Okay, well, we could obviously spend another 10, 20 or 30 minutes going into the weeds about all of this stuff. But I think if people want to find out more, they can obviously come and see you here at Milsys, or what's the best way for them to get in touch if they're not here?
Probably anduril.com, our website, is the best place to kind of start. And obviously we have offices in 51 locations around the world, so I'm sure people will know where we are.
Okay, it's not that hard. Okay, appreciate your time today, David, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Good to be here.